So today I thought I'd show you guys some pictures, Civil War pictures. Some of these are reenactments. Some of them I think are actual photos. I have to look when we get through it. So when we talk about Civil War warfare, all these men being in lines like this would have been facing the enemy would have been facing them, and they had the muskets here, single shot, I believe. So once you fired it, if you're in the front of the line and you all fired at once, you'd kneel down, you'd start reloading. The other side would fire at you. It would take you about maybe, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute to reload. And if you think of this from the standpoint of, how much time you had to reload and what's coming at you, it's got to be a very scary situation, because if you're in the front line especially, and all these bullets are coming at you, your chances of survival are probably very, very low. And on top of that, they had the cannons, like you see here. There would have been probably 3 or 4 men, loading it, using the ramrod, firing it, all of that stuff. And a lot of times it wouldn't just be one, they'd have multiple behind the line of men, or in front, I should say, to fire at the oncoming enemy. So if you just happen to get caught with this, having a cannonball coming at you, imagine how many men that would take out. So not just bullets coming at you, spreads of bullets, but you also have the cannonballs coming at you, more than just one coming at you at a time. Here's a closer example of what the Civil War soldiers would have looked like. So you can see there's no body armor here whatsoever. They've got their cantinas, their food sacks, they've got the places for gunpowder and their bullets, and then their muskets. What they don't show here is they should have bayonets, but in this picture here they don't have the bayonets. Again, that's a reenactment of what they would have looked like. And the bayonets, again, are like the little swords that they'd put on the end. So in close combat, if they ran out of bullets or they didn't have time to reload, and a soldier's coming at them, they could put their bayonet on and basically ram them and kill them that way. Here's a picture, I think this is a reenactment, of the men, what it would take about 3 men to fire the cannon together. Here's another, I think, reenactment. Basically, after the war is over, the battle is over, you've got the soldier here telling them to move onwards, you've got dead soldiers here, and they just keep moving. In the 1800s, their form of medicine was not nearly what we have today, so if, they couldn't get the bullet out, you'd end up losing a leg or an arm, depending on where it was. Otherwise, you'd die of infection. So, for the assignment today, for this video, I'm just going to ask you a few questions, or just ask you to do a reflection on it. So you can see that in Google Classroom for the instructions for that.